All right, let's talk about something that could leave you stranded on the side of the road, your camshaft sensor. No, it's not a character from a sci-fi movie, though it does sound like one. But in reality, this tiny part is crucial for your engine's smooth running. If it fails, your car could go from purr to clunk in a heartbeat. But don't worry, we'll walk you through the signs of a failing camshaft sensor and how you can fix it before it wrecks your ride. What is the camshaft position sensor? You may be asking yourself, what exactly is a camshaft position sensor? Well, to put it simply, it's the little techie that monitors the position and speed of your engine's camshaft. It then reports this data to your engine control module, which uses it to adjust fuel injection and spark timing. In other words, without this sensor, your car would be about as predictable as a toddler on a sugar rush. But wait, don't panic just yet. This sensor is located at the rear of your cylinder head, and while it's small, it plays a massive role. The best part? If it fails, you don't need a rocket scientist to fix it. It's something you can handle, especially once you know the signs. Let's dive in. 1. The infamous check engine light. You know that dreaded orange light that seems to come on when you least expect it? Yep, the check engine light is often the first sign of a failing camshaft position sensor. When the ECM detects irregular data from the sensor, it'll throw up that warning like it's waving a red flag in front of a bull. Don't ignore it. Diagnostic trouble codes like P0342 or P0349 typically point to issues with the camshaft sensor. You can head to an auto shop for a free scan or grab your own OBD2 scanner. Pro tip, don't be like that guy who waits for the light to turn into a disco show before acting. 2. Trouble starting your car. Is your car taking its sweet time to start? Or maybe it's cranking for what feels like forever? Well, that's a classic sign the camshaft sensor might be failing. When the ECM isn't getting accurate data, it has a hard time timing the spark and fuel injection. The result? A hard-to-start car. If your engine is taking its sweet time to get going, it's time to put down the coffee and take a look at that sensor. Don't let your car turn into a drama queen at the start of your day. 3. Engine misfires. Picture this. You're cruising along, listening to your favorite playlist, and suddenly, bam, the engine starts misfiring like it's auditioning for a role in an action movie. Whoosh, bang, shake, shudder. It's not the music, it's the camshaft sensor messing up the timing. When the timing of the spark and fuel gets off, you'll start to feel random misfires. It can happen at any speed, whether you're crawling through traffic or zooming down the freeway. If your car starts acting like it's trying to breakdance, it's time to check that camshaft sensor. 4. Engine stalling. The ultimate "are you kidding me" moment. You're cruising along feeling like the king of the road, and then, bam, your engine stalls. Your car, once a smooth operator, is now a limp noodle. You try to restart it, but it's as if your car's gone on strike. This is another major red flag for a bad camshaft sensor. When the ECM gets wrong data, it messes up fuel injection and spark timing. The result? Engine stalling, even when you're driving. And let's be honest, there's nothing worse than getting stuck in traffic because your car decided it needs a nap. 5. Rough idling. Is your car doing the jitterbug? If your car's idling like it's trying to do the jitterbug, that's a surefire sign that the camshaft sensor is on the fritz. When the ECM gets bad data, it can cause your car to misfire and shake like it's got the hiccups. The worst part? It happens when you're stopped, so you're sitting there looking like you're about to vibrate right off the road. If your car starts acting like it's on a bad date, don't wait for it to completely lose its cool. It's time to fix that camshaft sensor. 6. Difficulty changing gears. Slipping into limp mode. Shifting gears shouldn't feel like trying to change a flat tire on the freeway, but if your camshaft sensor fails, that's exactly how it'll feel. The ECM uses the camshaft sensor data to choose the right gear, but when it's faulty, the car can hesitate or even shift into the wrong gear entirely. And if things get really bad, your car might go into limp mode, which means it gets stuck in one gear and refuses to shift. If your car's acting like it's in slow motion, you don't need a superhero, you need to replace that sensor. 7. Poor acceleration feels like you're driving through molasses. You hit the gum and Nothing. You're pressing the pedal down, but your car feels like it's trying to run through molasses. If your camshaft sensor is bad, the ECM can mess up fuel delivery, which means your car struggles to accelerate. You know that feeling when your car just doesn't respond like it should? Yeah, that's what a failing camshaft sensor feels like. Don't let your car's pep talk turn into a whisper. A quick fix could have you zooming again. 8. Poor fuel economy. Time to rob your wallet. Suddenly, it seems like your fuel gauge is dropping faster than your phone battery. A bad camshaft sensor can make your car waste fuel by delivering it at the wrong time. The result? Terrible gas mileage. It's like throwing money down the drain with every mile you drive. So if you find yourself at the pump more often than usual, check the camshaft sensor. It might be time to stop burning through cash just to burn fuel. 9. Failed emissions test, blame it on the sensor. No one likes a failed emissions test. It's embarrassing, it's inconvenient, and it usually means a trip to the mechanic. But before you throw a tantrum, check the camshaft sensor. When it fails, it can cause unburned fuel to leak into your exhaust system, which is the kiss of death for emissions tests. Don't fail the test because your camshaft sensor's acting out. A quick fix can keep you driving clean and green. 10. Unusual engine noises sounds like a disaster movie. Knocking, pinging, grinding your engine shouldn't sound like a demolition derby. But when the camshaft sensor fails, it can cause these strange noises because the timing is off. If you hear your engine making noises that belong in a horror movie, it's time to inspect the camshaft sensor before your car completely loses its chill. 11. The smell of fuel like a gas station on fire. And finally, the smell of fuel. If you've noticed a strong gasoline smell, it's a sign that fuel isn't being burned correctly. The camshaft sensor is responsible for ensuring that fuel is injected at the right time, and if it fails, you could end up with gasoline leaking into your exhaust system. If you smell fuel, don't wait for a disaster, fix it now. How to test and replace the camshaft position sensor. All right, let's say you're nodding along and thinking, okay, my car's been giving me some of these signs. What do I do? First, grab your OBD2 scanner and check for codes like P0342 or P0349. If your scanner doesn't show anything, but your car is still acting up, it's time for a visual inspection. Start by parking your car, turning off the engine, and disconnecting the battery. Find the camshaft sensor, usually near the rear of the cylinder head. Unplug it and check for damage. If the sensor's looking worse for wear, it's time to replace it. Replacing it is a breeze. Unscrew the old sensor, pop the new one in, reconnect everything, and boom, you're done. Your engine's back in business. Now that you know the 11 signs of a failing camshaft sensor, it's time to take action. A bad sensor can cause serious engine problems, but the good news is that spotting and fixing it early can save you a lot of headaches and money. So don't wait for your car to start acting like a drama queen. Replace that camshaft sensor and keep your ride smooth and sweet. And remember, keep that sense of humor. Car repairs don't have to be a horror show if you know what you're doing. Found this video helpful? Hit the like button, subscribe for more car repair tips, and drop a comment if you've ever had to deal with a camshaft sensor issue. Share your stories. Let's keep the engine talk rolling.